ready for start of game.
Yeah, Cookie, I took a poll in the office, and we all thought that Gravity was worth seeing in the theater.
Okay, agree to disagree. I thought it was way better on my iPod Shuffle.
Can someone please mop up that melted bronze? Someone's gonna step in
then
that.
she's like, don't give me the office birthday card if there's nowhere left to sign it. She's like, where am I supposed to sign it? On the back, next to the credits? Like a dog?
And if we could refrain from any sort of offensive language on set, that would be...
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. Couldn't find a partner? Gee, it's kind of like a metaphor. Do you know what that means? And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. And right this way.
Get ready, time for question. One.
Let's start with Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? What kind of dried, shriveled up brains have you been looking at? Allow me. Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Take a good look at. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? No, I'll get this. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Pucker up for... Brought to you by the letter U-nibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. The Count would be so disappointed. Here's what you meant to pick. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. I call this one Duck, Duck, Swan. See the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? cue the swan song. The correct answer is Odette is a princess who's been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around her old lady swan in college. Next up, the man in the backwards yellow hat, and it's Mr. That. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by classical children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the left arrow. If it's Curious George, press the right arrow. Alright, let's get started. In a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. At the house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an ostrich. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That about does it for round 1. And you haven't screwed up entirely just yet. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And hint, hint, our wrong answer to the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Okay, we're bringing it on. And on its way, Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Here's where the money is. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
May I introduce... Let it go, let it go, let it go! At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. You may not know how temperatures work. Watch how easy this is. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
It's time for... Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? That answer has a hole in it. Where's that confounded right answer? Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born, probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Coming up next, wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Time's away. This isn't going to go with dinner at all. One right answer coming up. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Why not try? I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Interesting choice. It was begging to be picked. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long, so that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Welcome to the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the space bar. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And most importantly, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. There it is! The truth is, home is wherever you hang your hat. My hat is currently hanging in my old college roommate's guest cottage. Shh! He doesn't know I'm living there.
You don't know Jack!
We are good to go.
I'm sorry, but these wrong answer of the game sponsors, these can't be real, yes? They're absurd.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's...
Guten Tag, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. The number logo only goes to 99, but if you can somehow get more than that, it'll still work. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's proceed. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. John Dillinger used a banana as a gun during a bank heist. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie.
Lie.
In Finland, 2.5 men is called man-halves.
Truth.
Earwax is produced as a waste product from brain activity. Half of all shark species are actually vegetarian. Whale meat is served in school lunches in Japan. Canada keeps an immense emergency maple syrup reserve. A cow holds the Guinness World Record for longest continuous fart. And here's your score at the end of round 1. Here are your next 7 fact categories. Al Gore owns a NASCAR vehicle. A Japanese boy's soccer ball lost in a tsunami was returned after it was found in Alaska. "99% of species on Earth live in coral reefs." Mount Everest rises a fraction of an inch every year. The designers of Central Park also designed the grounds of 2 insane asylums. Kim Jong-un competed twice in the 2-man bobsled at the Winter Olympics. Woofka is a brand of vodka for dogs sold in the Netherlands. Here is your score. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is fashion designers. Some of these fashion designer facts are true, and some are lies. Carlos Santana sells a line of high heels. Johnny Knoxville designed a line of men's thongs. John Goodman sells a line of male girdles. Jason Alexander opened a handbag store in Toronto. Glenn Beck created a line of blue jeans. Sissy Spacek has her own line of toe rings. Helena Bonham Carter runs a service that converts your pants into pantaloons. And here's your final score.